Hello everyone! So this may look a little bit different on your screen because I got a new camera for Christmas and it is specifically for vlogging. I am so excited about it. Now it will be a little bit easier to bring y'all along with everything I do. Let me, one second. I was carrying around this hunker. This is my photography camera. So this is how I take my professional pictures. It's my Sony. And so, do you see how big this is? It's heavy too, it's not light. So I asked for the Canon G7X for Christmas, and that is what I am recording on right now. Yesterday was Christmas Day, and now I am in my Athens house at college. I drove back this morning, and I am here to talk about London with y'all. It's a lot of information that I want to cover. I actually asked a few friends to send me some questions that they have, and I got a few questions to cover. I'm really excited to talk to y'all about this. I wish I had this video going into studying abroad and all that kind of information, so I'm excited to talk about all the things studying abroad in London. Let's get started. Let's talk about the study abroad process. The process for me, it was super fun because it was a lot of planning. And I really like planning things, as y'all know if you follow my channel and have watched a few of my vlogs. I love planning, I love scheduling everything, organizing, busy work kind of. So it was a lot of busy work. I think I applied to a total of around 5 or 7 different study abroad programs, and a few of them didn't end up working out because they would release their dates and I want to get back in time for graduation in May. Or another reason why like some of them failed through was because they ended up not being as long as another one, because I wanted to be out there for as long as possible. Some were like only 2 months, but I wanted a full semester. So exactly, I'll be there from January 17th to the program end date is April 30th, but my parents might come out and visit me, and I think we may go to Greece, so that is up in the air. But we'll hang out for like a week there. I'll be home around the beginning of May. I graduate May 13th. I walk at UGA Stadium May 13th, so that's super exciting. But that's kind of a few reasons why I didn't go with other ones. And the study abroad process, it takes a lot more time than I thought it did. Going through it, if I could give anyone advice who is thinking about studying abroad, literally look at it 7 months ahead. Even more than that. Like honestly, look a year ahead, plan that far out, because you don't realize how close those application deadlines are until you're looking up all this information and you're like, oh my gosh, I have to apply within 2 weeks, you know? So by August or September, I applied for this spring 2022. So I figured everything out. I got accepted into the program around October, and then I had a few other programs I was kind of leaning on, but I decided to go with London because, and I'll get to that in a little bit, but there are so many forms, a lot of deadlines. I didn't realize how much information they needed from me until I started going through this whole thing, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know how to describe it. I need to like think of examples to give you, but the process is long. It's hard, I'll just say that. It is hard because you're trying to pick which place you want to go to. You're trying to see which program is going to fit you the best. I ended up actually not going through UGA, my college, because I tried studying abroad a year ago or 2 years ago, something around there, when COVID was happening, and it ended up getting canceled, and UGA canceled it. And so I figured out that a couple other people actually got to go, even though it was a little bit more strict and the guidelines were strict because of COVID. They still ended up being able to go because they were doing an outside program. UGA is more strict, I feel like, with cancellations than if I went to an outside source. Now, don't get me wrong, this program is approved by UGA, so it's one of the programs that they say if you apply to it, we accept it. You have to go through a submission process if it's not approved. So this program was already approved by UGA. I went through them and it's been good so far. I will link the program I'm going through. So the study abroad process, it's long, it's hard. Definitely look way ahead. Plan. Seriously, just plan, start looking at different programs, and make sure you have options. I know some things cost to apply, but if there's some places that don't cost anything, apply, because they have, and make sure you read the guidelines, because sometimes if you apply, then you have to put down like $100 deposit. There's just different kinds of guidelines. So read the fine details, do your research, take your time, and plan and far in advance. The next question I got, what classes are you taking? So my friends were asking me this. Some people asked me this on Instagram when I posted that questionnaire. I was like, hey, send me questions you have, or, you know, all that kind of good stuff. But I actually was supposed to graduate this fall. So this fall I was cleared to graduate. I had all my credit hours. I was ready to do it. And then on a whim, I was like, you know what? I never got to study abroad. It got canceled. I had an amazing internship, my dream internship that I had a year ago, and I got it through COVID, during COVID, and then it got canceled because of COVID. So another amazing opportunity to kind of travel and get away from home, and they both got canceled. And so I was thinking, I was like, well, I'm already graduating a semester behind because of my Grady journalism school at UGA. Do I really need to graduate in the fall? I'm already a semester late, so why not make it a whole year and then graduate in the spring, which is even more prettier weather to graduate. I get to walk in the stadium, which is iconic. So I just decided, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna study abroad. So that was it. And I dropped one class, so 3 credit hours. I dropped one class for this semester, and that allowed me to stay at UGA in UGA. And now the program I chose, you have to have a minimum of 15 credit hours. And so I am taking 5 classes. So I have a full schedule in the spring. I don't need it. I only need 1 class pretty much. And so I have to take 5 classes. Through the program, they have a few different options. You can go like, you know, more business. You have to have some prerequisites for some classes, but the classes I'm taking, I have a list like right here, just so I remember. I am taking British Youth Culture, Censored, What the British Could Not See, Shakespeare, a novel class, which is called Literature and Place, and the last class is 300 Years of Women's Social History. So those are exciting classes. I'm really excited to learn more about the British. The next big question is, who am I going with? I'm not going with anybody, I know. So I have no friends going on this trip. I have no family members going on this trip. Nothing, no one I know. I am super scared and super excited at the same time. I am so nervous, but that is such a good thing because I love feeling uncomfortable because it just makes you grow, which is really great. I'll get to this, but my biggest goal is to meet so many people and so many friends. I'm actually texting this one girl right now because we just got our class roster on who is going on the London study abroad program. And so I reached out to a few people. I started a group me, so now we have a huge group me with like hundreds of kids on there. And this one girl, she was kind of close to my name because my last name's Biscus, and so her name is around the B's, so I texted her. I like saw her name first, and I was like, hey, I'm just gonna reach out on Instagram, and now we're texting, and we actually got assigned the same housing place, so that's really exciting. Next question I'm gonna answer is, why London? Why did I choose London? Why not Italy? Why not Oxford? So I have never been to Europe at all. And everything I've learned is through research, through my parents because they travel a lot, and through other people, other students who have done these programs. I've reached out to a couple friends that I've had in California, my hometown, because they've done some study abroad programs. But I decided the best situation for me is to be in London because of the convenience of traveling. So when you're in London, there's I think like 3 or 4 airports. There's so many airports. They have many flights coming in and out of them. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to study abroad too, is to travel all of Europe. So go places every weekend. And that's another topic I'm about to hit, is what places I want to visit, and I'll hit that in a second. But pretty much London, there's like such a big mass variety of people there. And so what better way to learn about new cultures and really get out of your comfort zone than being around so many different types of people. I'm really excited I picked London. I'm not gonna say I picked London because of Taylor Swift's song London Boy. I'm not gonna say it, but that did help a little bit when deciding. I'm just kidding, really. Those are the reasons why I picked London. Really, honestly, is just to travel more. So I had the opportunity, I applied to Oxford through UGA, but like I told you, I decided not to go through UGA, and I didn't even wait for that. I just kind of dropped my submission and I stuck with London. But Oxford, which it's a dream school to study at. I would love to have the opportunity to study there. Maybe thinking about masters. Maybe I can go get my masters there. I don't know, we'll see. It's beautiful there, and I've never ever, of course, I've never been to Europe, so I've never been to Oxford, but I can't wait to visit it, honestly, because I'm gonna go there for one of my weekends, or a few weekends. But I didn't choose Oxford because my cousin, he actually studied there through UGA when he was in law school. So he went to Oxford for a study abroad. And he said to travel, you have to take a train to London and then fly out of London. And so wherever he went, whether it was Paris, Prague, Belgium, wherever, he would have to go through London. So I was like, okay, well that makes sense then. I just need to be in London so I don't have to have that middleman. The other question I had was, what other countries do you want to visit, or do you have any travel plans right now? So right now, I have my list right here. I've been writing down top places I want to go. Hopefully, my goal is to travel every weekend. Every weekend I would like to travel to a new place, but I don't know if that's gonna be possible yet because of money. When I get out there, I'm gonna figure out what works, because I'm not experiencing London yet, and so I don't have anything to pay for. I don't know the prices yet. I'm not actually living there yet, so I need to figure that out. This may not be a true list, but it's a dream list. So money, COVID. Every country is probably gonna have a different restriction or different requirements to meet, so some countries may not make sense for me to travel for 3 days because maybe you have to quarantine for 5 days once you get there, or just stuff like that. So I'm not sure if I'll be able to do that. We'll kind of see once I get there. The upfront answer for this is that I don't have any set in stone travel plans yet. I do have a few through the program. There's a few Fridays where we're gonna go to places around England, and I cannot remember the name of those, but I'll probably just put them down here when I do edit this video. Some countries I want to visit, I have the list right here, so I'm going to kind of look over here and read off of it. Paris, Germany, some part of Germany, I don't know what part yet, but I've always wanted to go to Germany. Amsterdam, so like the Netherlands. Oxford, of course, I just said that, I would love to go to Oxford. Prague and Budapest. Tuscany, Italy, Amalfi Coast, Italy, Ireland, Belgium. I've heard that their waffles, and people say that they have the most amazing french fries, which is so random, but I think it's so cool because I love french fries. I really do. And I would love to go to Greece, so hopefully I'll be able to meet my parents at Greece at the end of the program. In Spain. I don't know what part of Spain yet. People say Barcelona is pretty, but they said that there's so many other places that are a lot prettier. I'll have to see. I have a few more weekends that are like empty. I may be visiting someplace I didn't even list in this video. The fact that I'm actually sitting here talking to you about this process and everything, it feels like a fever dream because of all the COVID cancellations I went through, and this process has been pretty long, and I am so excited. You know how they say, if you're so happy, you can get sad? That is absolutely me right now. I'm so happy, I'm sad because it's not coming yet, and I think I'm around 20 days away from getting on my flight to London. So now we're gonna get a little bit more personal, and I had a few questions on my Instagram that people messaged me about. Was, are you nervous? What will you miss most? What are your fears? What are you most excited about? And what do you wish to accomplish / hope to learn? Am I nervous? Yes. Am I excited that I'm nervous? Yes. The nervous thing is not like a terrifying nervous, it's good nerves, appropriate nerves. What will I miss most? My family. My family and my cats. I'm really gonna miss my family and my cats. What are your fears? My fear is that my confidence that I have right now to navigate to live in London by myself is not actually gonna be true. So what I mean is I have confidence that I'll be fine. I'll be totally fine in London. I'll have my days. I'll be alone most of the time, which is great. And I'll be able to explore the city. I'm gonna be courageous and go on little single dates with myself, you know, be very independent. And my fear, which reflects back on in my childhood, because I was never that independent as a kid. I always missed my mom. Sleepovers, you know, I never could do, and I always dreaded the day where I'd have to go off to college because I was so terrified to leave my family and just leave something that was really comfortable to me. But moving from California to Georgia, that huge move we did before I went into high school and I left all my friends, hometown, everything, that I think prepared me for this. Even though it was a horrible time in my life, it was a big, monumental moment in my life. And I feel like I grew the most out of that. And so that really prepared me for having to do this study abroad alone. And a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, like, aren't you like terrified? You're not going even with one friend. And no, I'm really not. I'm like really happy to say that I'm not that scared. I'm scared in a good way. Like once I get on that plane, I'm gonna be really nervous. I am okay, I'm fine. I'm 22 years old, I'm Izzy Biscuits. That's who I am, and I will be okay. And I'm gonna do exactly what, you know, I wanted to do, which was get on a plane and go to London. A dream I've had, something I've prayed about forever. And all in all, my fear is that I'm gonna get there and it's gonna be nothing like what I expected or what I had confidence about. I hope my confidence doesn't break. So that's my biggest fear. Another fear is not meeting friends and not meeting people how I think I'm gonna meet people. So that's another one. What are you most excited about? I am so excited about so many things. I'm so excited to hear accents. I know that's silly to say, but I am so excited to listen to other people talk who don't have an American accent. I love British accents. They are so elegant and adorable. I hope they think that about my accent. I really hope that they're not like, oh my gosh, that American girl is so annoying. She talks weird, blah, blah, blah. That's another fear. I'm excited to meet people who are not from America. I'm excited to get out of all the social norms of America. And, oh, there's another one. I'm so excited to dress up every single day. In America, everyone knows you wear like sports clothes, you wear athletic leisure, but in Europe, we were told this in orientation, so it's not just me knowing this. They actually tell you that people dress up a lot more than what Americans dress up as. So I'm excited to dress up every day. I have so many basic pieces, which I'm really excited to style, and another one I'm excited about. I just thought about it. I'm most excited to shop because I hear that the shopping in London is top tier in the world. Maybe not in the world, but it is top tier. So, and apparently it will take me 20 minutes to walk to Upper Street. I'm gonna be so close to shopping. What do you want to accomplish / hope to learn? What I hope to accomplish is me getting out of my comfort zone and growing into a better person, growing more independent, because I would love to challenge myself to see if I'm actually as independent as I think. And if I'm not, then I want to challenge myself even more. I hope I'm stronger by the end of this as a person, mentally, physically, to grow out of my comfort zone, get out of the norm, and I hope I can accomplish everything that I write in my journal. All my fears, all my hopes, where I'm at in life, my strengths, my weaknesses. I'm actually gonna do that before I leave, but I'll cover that in the next video when I start packing and stuff. I'm gonna have a journal to where I write everything that I'm going through right now before I leave, everything I think's gonna happen, everything that I wanna accomplish by the end of it, and then what I hope to accomplish is to reread that by the end of my study abroad program and really see growth there, or just see like, oh wow, like I achieved a lot more than what I ever thought I could possibly achieve out there. I hope to learn new cultures. I want to immerse myself in different things, and I want to broaden my horizon, meaning stepping out of my comfort zone in new cultures, new experiences. I'm excited to go to a pub. I've never been to a pub. I think it's gonna be an experience. From what I heard, they are really fun and awesome. Going back a little bit, I do want to cover where I'm living because a lot of people have asked me that. So I am living through IES. They provided 2 housing options. One of the options, you share one room with another person and you both have twin beds and you both share a bathroom. Both of them are student apartments. They're places that a lot of students are staying, but the other housing option is you get your own room with your own double bed and your own bathroom, and then you share a kitchen with 5 or 6 of your hallmates. So I applied for that one to get my own room. I got that assignment, so that is super exciting. I have never shared a room with anyone throughout my college experience. I got super lucky. That's another story. But I've never had to share a room with anybody. Even though I know I probably would have gotten along with the girl I would be roomed with, I just kind of didn't want to go through that experience while being out in London in a brand new place I've never been, and I didn't think that would overlap well. And I like my alone time. I like having some time to just decompress from a long day, or having the choice to invite people over to my room and hang out with me. I like to have that choice instead of someone following you back to the room and you can't tell them like, hey, actually, you know what, I'm gonna call it a night, and then you can't because it's their room too. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it. It's in a good location from people, friends and family I've talked to who have been to London, and I'm really excited about it. But thanks for staying and listening to me talk. I think I've been talking for about 30 minutes now. That's gonna be fun to edit, but thanks again. I'm excited to take y'all along this journey with me, and I haven't started packing yet. Once I do, I will bring y'all along. I am going to get a good glow up before London, so I'll create a vlog about that. So I'm gonna go get my hair done. Probably I'll go get my nails done before. Thanks for listening to me, and if you have any other questions that I did not cover that you want to know, I will absolutely add that into my next vlog, or just reach out to me at izzybisges on Instagram. My DMs are open. I love talking to people, and let me know what you think. Comment down below, like and subscribe. That would be amazing. Thank you for your love and support and for listening to me talk about my life. Comment questions. I will answer them on the comment section. Just let me know what you think, and I will see y'all next time.